Glenn Anton Doc Rivers, Lifestyle and Net Worth. Glenn Anton Doc Rivers, born on October 13, 1961, is an American professional basketball coach and former player in the National Basketball Association, the NBA. He played in the NBA for 14 seasons and served as a head coach for 25 seasons. Doc Rivers played college basketball for the Marquette Golden Eagles, and was selected by the Atlanta Hawks in the second round of the 1983 NBA draft. He played point guard for the Hawks from 1983 to 1991, and was later a member of the Los Angeles Clippers, New York Knicks, and San Antonio Spurs. Rivers was an NBA All-Star with the Hawks in 1988. After retiring as a player in 1996, Rivers began his NBA coaching career. He was the head coach of the Orlando Magic from 1999 to 2003, the Boston Celtics from 2004 to 2013, the Los Angeles Clippers from 2013 to 2020, as well as the Philadelphia 76ers from 2020 to 2023. Rivers was named the 2000 NBA Coach of the Year in his first season with the Magic and won an NBA championship with the Celtics in 2008. He was added to the top NBA broadcast commentary team of ESPN in August 2023, replacing Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. Doc Rivers has a net worth of approximately $60 million. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall, which is equivalent to 1.93 meters tall. That being said, let's dunk. Doc Rivers' early life and real estate. Doc Rivers was born as Glenn Anton Rivers in 1961 in Chicago, Illinois. As a teenager, he attended Proviso East High School, through which he competed in the McDonald's All-American Game. Later, in 1982, he played on the United States team in the FIBA World Championship, leading the team to a silver medal. And for his college studies, he attended Marquette University. In 2013, Doc spent $5.5 million on a Los Angeles condo. He sold the condo in 2014 and at the same time spent $8.2 million for a large mansion in the hills. He listed this mansion for sale in November 2019 for $11.25 million. He had previously sought $12 million. He also owns a home in West Hollywood, California, which he rents out at a rate of $12,000 to $16,000 per month, depending on the length. In 2017 he paid $9.5 million for a beachfront Malibu home that was previously owned by Backstreet Boy, Nick Carter. Doc listed the home for sale in July 2020 for a shade under $13 million. Lastly, and according to close sources, Doc Rivers also appears to maintain a 10,000 square foot home in Orlando, located in a gated lakefront community. Doc Rivers' personal life. Rivers is the nephew of former NBA player, Jim Brewer. Kristen Campion isn't a new name for most people. She gained fame for marrying NBA star player and coach, Doc Rivers. Today, the couple is no longer together and has athletically talented children dominating their respective sports. Kristen Campion was born in 1961 in Wisconsin, the United States of America. This means that she is 62 years old as of 2023. Kristen also holds American nationality and is of white ethnicity. Unfortunately, there isn't much information about Kristen Campion's family and early life. However, it is known that she graduated from Marquette University in Milwaukee. Doc Rivers and Kristen Rivers' relationship is interesting, considering the hurdles they persevered in the beginning. They met while they were freshmen in college at Marquette University in Milwaukee in 1979. During their first meeting, Doc Rivers walked past her and said, "You know, you'd be kind of pretty if you washed your hair once in a while." Of course, the statement offended Kristen, and Doc Rivers was joking to get her attention. Doc later came back and said, "Now, I don't want to give you the wrong idea. I don't want to date you. But I have a friend I might want to fix you up with." Doc connected Kristen with his friend, Mark Murata, one of his teammates, and they dated for more than a year. However, when Mark Murata went overseas, he came back to find that Doc Rivers and Kristen Campion had fallen in love. Unfortunately, during the early 1980s, interracial dating was a big thing, and they had to keep their relationship life low-key. The primary purpose of keeping things private was to stay away from public racial taunts and harassment. They married 7 years later, in 1986, in a private wedding ceremony only attended by a select few. Even though they tried to live their private lives, their family often experienced racist lashes because they were interracial. Kristen Campion would regularly receive prank phone calls, slashed tires, and spray-painted her home periodically. She couldn't understand why people were so negative about their unique union. She saw her husband as a man and not as a black person as the public labeled him. Her stance and courage in the relationship gave it even more strength, and they stuck together for many years. Doc Divers and Kristen Campion divorced in 2019, after 34 years of marriage. However, some close sources claim that they had separated 6 years prior. Doc Rivers has 4 children. His oldest son, Jeremiah Rivers, played basketball at Georgetown University as well as Indiana University, and has played in the NBA D-League for the Maine Red Claws. His daughter, Callie, played volleyball for the University of Florida, and is married to NBA star player, Seth Curry. Doc Rivers' son, Austin Rivers, is an NBA player who as of 2023 plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. His youngest son, Spencer Rivers, is a guard who played for Winter Park High School as well as UC Irvine. Rivers became good friends with Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, John Smoltz, during his tenure with the Hawks. In 2009, Rivers was credited with helping lure Smoltz into signing with the Boston Red Sox while he was the head coach of the Celtics. Rivers is a cousin of former NBA guard, Byron Irvin, and former MLB outfielder, Ken Singleton. Putting that aside, unknown fact is that Doc Rivers has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Doc Rivers' professional career. Rivers played point guard for the Atlanta Hawks from 1983 to 1991, assisting star Dominique Wilkins as the team found great regular season success. Rivers' first NBA start was against Irving, who referred to Rivers as Doc and made him feel like $1 million. He averaged a double-double for the 1986-1987 season with 12.8 points and 10.0 assists per game. In 1988, Rivers played in the NBA All-Star Game. He received the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award in 1990. Rivers later spent 1 year as a starter for the Los Angeles Clippers, from 1991 to 1992, 2 years playing for the New York Knicks, from 1992 to 1994, and 2 years playing for the San Antonio Spurs, from 1994 to 1996. Rivers retired after the 1996 season. During his career, he averaged 10.9 points, 5.7 assists, and 3 rebounds per game. Rivers began his coaching career with the Orlando Magic in 1999, where he coached for more than 4 NBA seasons. He won the Coach of the Year award in 2000 after his first year with the Magic. After spending a year working as a commentator for the NBA on ABC, he was hired by the Boston Celtics as their head coach in 2004. On June 25, 2013, the Los Angeles Clippers acquired Rivers from the Celtics for an unprotected 2015 NBA first-round draft pick. He also became the senior vice president of basketball operations on the team. On October 3, 2020, the Philadelphia 76ers announced that they had hired Rivers as their head coach. Unfortunately, on May 16, 2023, the 76ers fired Rivers, days after the team's loss in Game 7 of the conference semifinals to Boston. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content.